9 years ago, me and my family were deep in the grind. We'd spend long nights working on our print-on-demand and dropshipping business, designing products together, testing different items, running ads, and building our stores from scratch. There were nights when the house was quiet except for the sound of the laptop keys, and mornings when the sun came up before we even realized how late it was. That was our reality. We weren't strangers to hard work. If anything, we prided ourselves on it. But here's the thing. Back then, making money online required a level of hustle and time that most everyday people simply didn't have. We were doing everything manually, the research, the designs, the ads, the content. And the truth is, we accepted that as the only way. You either grind or you get left behind. Fast forward to today, things have changed in a way that honestly, if you told me back then, I probably wouldn't have believed you. And that change boils down to leverage. Let me explain it this way. Imagine I hand you a sports car. Top of the line, the fastest thing on the track. But you've only ever driven a scooter around the neighborhood. Do you really think you're suddenly going to dominate the Formula One circuit just because you have the car? Of course not. You'd probably stall it at the start line. And that's exactly what happens to a lot of people when they try to get into AI or start a business online. They grab the shiniest tools, they jump into the driver's seat, but they've never actually learned how to drive at that level. Then they wonder why it didn't work. This is why I have a love-hate relationship with the word lazy. Growing up, I was called lazy at times, not because I didn't want to work, but because I always looked for smarter ways to do things. If there was a way to get the same result with less time and energy, I'd find it. And for a while, that made me feel guilty, like I wasn't grinding enough. But let's be real. Some of the most successful people on the planet are lazy in the best way. They're not lazy because they sit on the couch all day. They're lazy because they refuse to waste effort. They look for leverage. They find the competitive advantage. They ask, how can I make this easier, faster, smarter? And then they move on to the next problem. That's what I want you to understand. Lazy doesn't mean unmotivated. Lazy means efficient. It means strategic. It means you're playing the game with leverage instead of pure muscle. Now let's talk about you. Over the past few years, you've probably dreamed about building something that makes money while you sleep. You've imagined working from anywhere, finally having financial independence, finally being able to breathe. And every day you're bombarded with new models and opportunities, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, coaching, agency this, agency that. Some of these models have names that sound like they were made up at 3 a.m., and maybe they were. Maybe you even tried a few of these before, and maybe they didn't work. And I want to tell you something important right now. It's not your fault. You've been stuck in what I call model mismatch. You've been trying to run your race in a vehicle that wasn't built for where you are right now. It's not that the model is wrong. It's not that you're not capable. It's that you were trying to drive a sports car on a scooter license. Every guru loves to tell you that their model is the best. What they don't tell you is what that model actually requires. Most of these models need capital, experience, a team, or infrastructure that you just don't have yet. And that's okay. That's where most people get stuck. When we were first starting, we didn't have deep pockets. We didn't have massive teams. It was me, my wife, and our kids sleeping in the next room while we worked through the night. There's nothing wrong with that stage, but trying to play at level 10 when you're at level 1 is the fastest way to burn out. And that's why before I teach you strategies, I want to invite you to something special. Every Sunday, we host a free live masterclass where I break this entire system down, step by step. No fluff, no fake hype, just real methods, real results, and real people who are finally finding their lane. If you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever wondered why things aren't clicking for you the way they seem to for others, this masterclass is where we fix that. Because here's the truth. The game has changed. What took us months and sleepless nights to do years ago can now be done in a fraction of the time if you know how to leverage the right tools the right way. And that's exactly what I'm going to unpack for you next. Now let's talk about the shift that completely changed the game, AI. For the first time ever, the everyday person has the same kind of leverage that only massive companies used to have. Think about that for a second. Just a few years ago, if you wanted to run a business online, you'd need a whole team. Copywriters, designers, product researchers, editors, marketers. You'd have to hire, train, manage, and pay all those people. Today, that leverage is in your hands. Tools like ChatGPT, Shopify, PiPiAds, and Kling have leveled the playing field. You don't need to be a tech genius or a marketing expert to get started. You just need to know how to use these tools strategically, like a driver who actually knows how to handle the sports car. But here's the catch. Just because you have these tools doesn't mean success is automatic. AI isn't the business, it's the engine. The vehicle is the model you choose to build on top of it. I've seen too many people sign up for ChatGPT, jump on Shopify, scroll through PiPiAds for 5 minutes, and then wonder why they're not making money. That's like buying gym equipment, looking at it once, and expecting abs to show up the next day. It doesn't work like that. The formula is simple. AI plus business model equals leverage. Now, let's talk about the business models. Over the years, my family and I built our entire foundation on print on demand, drop shipping, and what I now call content is currency, creating content that builds traffic, trust, and income. And here's why these models work so well, especially when you're starting out. They line up with what I call the lazy model criteria. And again, when I say lazy, I mean efficient, smart, strategic. There are three things I look at: scalability, risk, and reward. Scalability means your ability to make more money without working more hours. Back in our early POD days, once we found a winning design, we could sell it over and over again without touching inventory. That's scalability. Risk is about how much you have to invest or put on the line before you even make a sale. With print on demand, you don't have to buy stock up front. With drop shipping, you can test products before committing to inventory. Content is currency. That's literally building your distribution for free by showing up online. Reward is the upside potential. If your design hits, your product takes off, or your content pops, the return is massive compared to the effort. Now compare that to something like building a SaaS company or launching a full-blown Amazon FBA brand. Both can work, but the barrier is high. Capital, expertise, infrastructure. For most beginners, that's like trying to race in Formula One before you've learned how to shift gears. Print on demand, drop shipping, and content are the models that let you start where you are and grow from there. But here's where AI supercharges it. Before, we had to design everything by hand, research products manually, write copy ourselves, and edit videos late at night. Now ChatGPT can handle product descriptions and marketing copy in seconds. PiPiAds can give us competitor insights instantly. Kling can generate cinematic content and ads that used to take us days. Shopify gives you the entire storefront infrastructure without hiring a single developer. This is why I say the odds are finally stacked in your favor, and I want to give you a clear system you can follow so you don't get stuck in tool hopping or chasing shiny objects. Here's the 3-step framework I teach inside our masterclasses and to our students every single week. Step 1, identify profitable opportunities. Most people make the mistake of going into oversaturated markets. They make generic t-shirts, generic products, generic content, and then wonder why they're not selling. You've got to go deeper. Instead of making a shirt about fitness, make a shirt that speaks to marathoners over 50 with knee pain. Instead of writing a productivity guide, make one for self-employed parents trying to reduce screen time. Specificity cuts through noise. And the best part, AI helps you find these niches faster. You can use ChatGPT to brainstorm pain points, use PiPiAds to spy on trending products, and cross-check with real marketplaces to see what's already selling. Step 2, synthesize the information. You don't need to be an expert anymore. AI is the expert. You can take research, data, and winning examples and have AI synthesize them into outlines, frameworks, and even product drafts for you. What used to take us months now takes minutes. Step 3, productize. This is where the magic happens. Once you have the offer or content idea, you turn it into something scalable. It could be a digital product, a print-on-demand design, a dropshipping offer, or a content funnel. The key is that you build it once and it works for you over and over again. And once you've productized, the final piece is distribution. Think about Cheerios. They don't knock on your door to sell you cereal. They get into supermarkets, places where hungry buyers are already waiting. That's how you need to think about distribution. One of the simplest ways is influencer arbitrage. Find micro-influencers with audiences that match your product's niche. Most of them don't know how to monetize properly. You give them the product, they promote it, and you both win. You only pay them when they bring you sales. This is happening every single day. I've seen students close deals with influencers who had less than 50K followers and scale their offers to thousands in revenue in weeks. The best part? You can do all of this with a laptop or even just your phone. You don't need a big team. You don't need huge capital. You just need the right vehicle and the right leverage. And that's why I keep saying this window of opportunity won't stay open forever. The people who act now are the ones who will look back a year from today and say, that was the moment everything changed. So you've got two choices. You can keep watching videos, keep scrolling, keep telling yourself maybe next time, or you can take action, show up to the free Sunday Masterclass, and let me personally walk you through how to use AI, print on demand, drop shipping, and content to build your own system. Not overnight, not some fantasy, but step by step, the same way my family and I built ours. And if you're ready for that, then I'll see you there.